Hi everybody, it's Josh with Talk About Trek. It's Tuesday, again, somehow. So welcome on into Warp Tuesday. I have no idea how it's happened, but it is apparently the 27th of September. Um, Here we are. Just to kind of give you a little bit of a heads up, this January has been absolutely insane here in the Talk About Trek homestead. We have just entirely too much going on, too many bad things happening, and just not enough, too many L's, not enough W's. So we need some W's. So we're here on a Tuesday to talk about Trek, because that is always a W, right? So we're going to have some fun, we're going to have some laughs, and just kind of see what's going on out there in the world of Star Trek and in my world, that I feel like talking about here. So as you can see, we are featuring over in this direction Chancellor Ake in her Warp Core pajamas, which honestly they deserve a bigger picture there. Look at those. Look at those. The cadet thought it was little accordions, but no, they're little Warp Cores. And now, yes, I do indeed want Warp Core pajamas, indubitably. So I guess one of the things I do want to do here today is talk a little bit about Starfleet Academy and how much I am enjoying it so far, because the third episode, of course, came out last week. We're just 2 days away from episode 4. I mean, oh my gosh, we're almost halfway through it. And there's also a little bit of kind of spoilery stuff that I wanted to talk to in regards to that I don't know if people have noticed. So we'll get into that, I think, and that'll be the latter part of the show, okay? But I think initially what we really ought to do is talk about the USS Uhura, right? So as I mentioned before, guys, I am a lifelong member of the International Federation of Trekkers. And let me see. It would do better if I actually had some information to give you guys while I am talking about this. Wouldn't that, right? So let me see here. If we go here. Oh my god, I'm probably going to show the wrong thing here. Oh my god, I'm completely gone. I'm completely gone from there. All right, hang on a second. As professional YouTube people, we can certainly figure this out. But anyway, yeah, I'm a lifelong member of the International Federation of Trekkers, and because of that, of course, we find things to do in our local areas. So basically, what this is, and trust me, we're going to get there here eventually, is basically a boom. Okay, look, see, we're so good. Anyway, the International Federation of Trekkers is a charity group, designed after, the Federation, basically. And, to go out there and make a difference and do things, in your own backyard, in your neighborhood, to kind of, improve the world as you can, right? So anyway, I'm a member of our local branch, the USS Uhura. And in our last meeting, we were trying to come up with some ideas. And then on the way home, I thought of a good one, or my friend and I came up with the idea of doing some kind of tent at our farmers market this upcoming summer. So we're going to try to put together something where we can, basically here's the idea, like people would come along to our tent. Hello, welcome, we're the Federation, this is the USS Uhura. We're currently supporting so-and-so charity, the Humane Society, the local homeless shelter. That is to be determined yet, right? And then I'm thinking we would have a wheel. We already have a wheel. Somebody made a great wheel. Anyway, we'd have this wheel. You'd spin the wheel if you made a donation, and then you could win a Star Trek-related prize, like oh man, I don't have one on hand to show you. My son has been making these buttons. We found our button maker, and I have a huge amount of Star Trek cards, right, like extras. So he was making these Star Trek buttons. So I'm like, dude, if you make a couple of these buttons a day, by the time we get around to summertime, we're going to have like 100 buttons, And that would be awesome. So you could win a button, and then I'm thinking maybe we could get some other things from the store, possibly donated, toys, maybe even a Tribble. And, you know, they could spin the wheel to possibly win a prize. But the whole point, again, would be to raise awareness for the Federation and the USS Uhura and what we do in the area. And then also to help out, you know, again, whatever charity, you know, we can. That's the main goal, right? Again, and I want to kind of seek out in our community who or what could use the most assistance, right? I think that would be the that would be the play. That would be the plan. So anyway, yeah, so let's look at that again. So well, I guess I don't really want to go look at that right now. But anyway, join the Federation. We will go back one more time. Join the Federation here. You can see trekfederation.com. Check it out. And again, you will be surprised. You'll probably find a local chapter somewhere in your area. I mean, there are chapters all over here. Let me see locations if we've got anything there. Oh, goodness, look at this. Federation Charter map. This is pretty cool. Here, let's go full screen on this bad boy. Indeed, look at that. There are chapters. We have a chapter in Japan. There is a chapter in England, the USS Mulgrew, and multiple chapters here in America. So if you are in Louisiana, you are in the Texas area. Look at all this. Look at all of these people out there doing good. And of course, right here in my backyard, Federation World Headquarters. How lucky is that, right? But again, this is awesome. Look at this. No, you can't see it. I'm in the way. Whoop! I'm up here now. You can see over here all the different. Why is it so dark for you guys? I don't know. I'm not perfect with showing you guys things, am I? But anyway, as you can see, multiple ships you can join. And again, I am a member of the USS Uhura, a proud member, and you know, they've done lots of things in our area. And to segue from that into something else here. They always also go to the local cons, right? March, okay, anyway. So they always get a booth at the local con so they can, again, spread the word, raise money for local charities, that kind of thing. And we are coming up to the Fan Expo Cleveland, which is March 13th through 15th, 2026. Let's have a look. Hello, what do we see in here? Let me get back down here to this corner where I belong. Get in the corner. No, not you, Hayden Christensen. We're not looking at you. Anyway, 44 days, 19 hours until this. Let's have a look at the guests who are coming. One of these is very important to me. Very important. So anyway, a great lineup. We've got Hayden Christensen. We've got Shatner. Now, I have met Shatner. I've met Shatner twice. I would meet Shatner again, but look, man, Shatner's expensive. All right? Shatner wants $120 for his autograph and $145 for his photo. All right? And I get it. I mean, he's William Shatner, right? But, you know, we've already met him. We've done that. Helen Hunt's cool. Loved her in Castaway. But here we go. This is the real draw right here. I met. Let's see. How do we do this? In what order should we do this in? In no particular order. I have met LeVar Burton. I've met Brent Spiner. I've met Marina Sirtis. I've met Gates McFadden. I've met Michael Dorn. I've met Will Wheaton. I've not met Jonathan Frakes yet. And look, Jonathan Frakes appearing Saturday and Sunday at Fan Expo Cleveland for, look at this, budget pricing. Look at it. I gotta love this, man. $60 for an autograph, $80 for a photo op. I'm down for both. Easy peasy. Can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be awesome. So this is like the freaking, like the last one, you know, that I need. I don't hold out hope that I'll ever have the chance of meeting Sir Patrick Stewart and getting his autograph. I don't think he doesn't do cons. He doesn't do that kind of stuff, right? So, but getting Jonathan Frakes and meeting Jonathan Frakes, and I so want to go in costume too. I need to get a new uniform. Opinions. I kind of want to get a Voyager uniform, but here's the problem. All the uniforms are good. and I don't know which one I really want to get, to be honest with you. The one I have already is a TNG uniform, and it's getting a little bit worn. You know, I'd like to get something better. You know, something with like the matching pants, maybe even find some boots. You know, really do it up right. My friend and I were talking, and like, we really want to do some cons this year. That would be fun, right? So that's what we need to do. Now, so yeah. Anyway, Fan Expo Cleveland. We're gonna be there, and the why do I slip? I cannot get that out. USS Uhura will be there as well, with a booth. And then there's also another con in Toledo that weekend as well. So I'm not even sure how they're planning on scheduling both those things. But again, a big year for going to cons. It's something definitely I would like to get into more. And again, meeting Mr. Jonathan Frakes is high on my list. Now, again, I've met Gates McFadden, but I would totally meet her again. She was such a sweet woman. She was so nice. Oh my gosh. I wish I should have gotten the pictures. But man, it was so many years ago. I remember my daughter, I was holding my daughter. She was just a little thing. And now she's going into middle school next year. Oh goodness, okay. Anyway, but you know, there's other people coming to this thing too. People from My Name is Earl. Plenty of Ninja Turtles. Look at all these Ninja Turtles, man. Am I right? But anyway, I'm going for Frakes, and you know, and that's that. So that's what we're talking about there. Now, so we talked about the USS Uhura, and we talked about the con. Oh, the book collection update. It is going really well. We have got an order coming in. Definitely, I think, held up because of the terrible weather. But an order coming in, I think about 18 books. That's going to get us so close. And I've done some work and put some deep thought into the shelf here. That's the shelf right there. So that when these new books do arrive, oh Lord, I'll never get it right again. Hello. These new books do arrive, we'll have it ready. And basically we'll have a place for everything. Everything will have a place. And it will be a beautiful thing. And there will definitely be a video where we can go in depth into that. And I still haven't determined how I want to do that, because typically the format for my videos is for me to sit here in this chair and look at you and talk for a certain amount of time. But we'll have to do something else, whether I pre-record some footage of the shelf or we just get up and we do it. I don't know. We'll figure something out, but I'm very excited. And I need to get some more lighting too. I have this very nice track light back here, which is awesome. That lights everything up. I need the similar thing over there for the books, and that would be fantastic. So, well, I guess as we do, we should look into the Trek news that is out there. Let me see what's happening here. Star Trek news. Let's go. Star Trek news. Scopely. What is this? No. Okay. No. When we go to Trek Movie, this is our number one source for finding stuff. I still like their site a lot. And we get, no, ad block's on always. Ad block is always on. Look at that, Strange New Worlds. Oh my god, excuse me. Got a target in my throat. Anyway, Strange New Worlds nominated for 4 Saturn Awards. Very good. Initial data shows Starfleet Academy performing well ahead of the other series. And I can totally see that. It is a completely different vibe, right? A completely different vibe. There's going to be a lot of this stuff going on this year, right? So this show, The Masked Singer, I've not seen. I don't have, like, regular TV. I've not had regular TV in forever, So I don't know about this show. But look, they're all dressing up like, let's look at it. Let's look at it closer. Maybe there's more pictures. Yeah, here we go. All these people are dressing up like Star Trek people. This is Robin Thicke, apparently. I know Jenny McCarthy. And she's married to a Wahlberg? Alright. I remember this guy, and Rita Ora. And I don't think I'm familiar with her. But anyway, they're going to do Star Trek night. I guess I'm confused. The show is The Masked Singer. Are they the They don't sing? Are they like the judges? Anyway, I'm not going to read about it. I'm just going to move on. It doesn't matter anyway. Man, I like Oded Fehr. I've liked Oded Fehr since The Mummy. Do you guys remember The Mummy? Brendan Fraser, Rachel Weisz, Oded Fehr, of course. Arnold Vosloo is The Mummy. Fantastic movie. Love Brendan Fraser. He should come to Star Trek. Oh, that would be cool. Anyway, I do love Oded Fehr's character. I think he's been fantastic so far in the show. My son keeps telling me I should watch Star Trek Scouts and do a review on it. And I think I'm just going to wait until it's done, and then maybe I'll try to watch the whole thing at once. And they're like 2 minutes, and then I'll talk about it. I don't like to look at the episode images before they come out. That's kind of spoilery, so we're not going to do that. Chris Pine weighs in. We don't care. Costume awards, that's good. The costumes are good. The costumes in Star Trek are good. I love Gina Yasher's Laura Thach, and I love Robert Picardo, but we don't need to listen to anyone talk about anything now. So not a lot going on in the world of Star Trek news. Still waiting on the, let me see this, Nacelle Co. Star Trek toys. Let's check this out. So, here we go. Nacelle store. Man, I want my toys. I know they had some issues at the factory with the toys. They had to kind of go back and like redo it. But I have every single one of these bought and paid for. And I'm just waiting. Here we go. Estimated shipping Q1 2026. And I think the last video from the guy, and his name is Brian Volksweiss, I think. Volksweiss. I don't know. Anyway, he's very apologetic. They're trying to get these things right. They want them to be the best product possible, as depicted in these fantastic pictures. But man, can you imagine how cool this is going to be when I get these bad boys and we can open these up? And I got to open them up, right? Listen, the packaging for them looks really cool, right? And it's like, oh my god, maybe I don't open them up, maybe I want to keep them, but no. No, we got to open them up. They're all going to look so fantastic. I've got a shelf waiting for them right now. It's just got some crap hanging on it, basically. Just like placeholder stuff. I'm waiting. They're going to get a nice light, too. There's a Tuvix. I want the Tuvix. Come on. Anyway, next month, they should be coming out, right? And that's going to be fantastic. So let's go back here. Now, as we approach the second and final half here of the show, let's get into Starfleet Academy, right? Second and final half. It's 18 minutes in, dude. You've been talking for 18 minutes and you still haven't even started on this yet, which means I won't get too crazy about it. We did go into it last week quite a bit, and I am tonight going to watch episode 3 again, because I only watched it once, and the other ones I watched like 3 times each. But I want to talk about, first off, again, the pajamas. Man, I love those freaking pajamas. The costumes in Starfleet Academy are very, very, very cool. I do enjoy them very much here. And let me see. I want to find something to show you guys here. Okay, here we go. Alright, so yeah. I like this kind of ketchup and mustard look to it. This is pretty nice here. But here you have Laura Thach and Jet Reno, right? And they are basically they're doing like a, what is wrong with this thing? Like way off. What have I been doing this whole time? Why didn't anyone tell me? What is the matter with you people? Look at this. Okay, look at this. Now that's better, right? Anyway, I want to point out, I love the costumes. I love the sets here. This episode, which was, again, the third in Starfleet Academy here, was entitled Vitus Reflux. And basically, it kind of was a prank war between, these fine kids here in the War College and our lovely Starfleet Academy cadets, right? So they kind of get into this back and forth prank war, and it's just interesting to see, too, how the instructors kind of help that along. But then, in the middle of all that, they are also basically competing in this freaking crazy game. Like, this is pretty good here too, right? Anyway, where they gotta like compete and destroy these drones with phasers. But it was just a very good, very fun episode, and it was one of those kind of where the dude gets to learn a lesson by the end of the episode too, which I very much enjoyed, right? Because this guy, where's he at? Darum, he was kind of trying to take command here, right? Here he is. But his tactics and his stuff, it wasn't working out. So basically Genesis kind of took over at the end. Oh, and man, I love Holly Hunter, and I love her character and how she just sprawls out on this dude's couch, like whatever, doesn't even matter, right? It's fantastic. So, but let's get to the pajamas, because we did want to talk about the pajamas here. And again, I just encourage you guys all to watch this episode, watch this series, because it is fantastic. Check this out. The mascots for each team, this one was a Magato. I thought that was pretty good. But anyway, yes, the pajamas. Here we are. Warp Core pajamas. Sign me up. See, like, why is the Star Trek marketing department not already selling me these very, very fine-looking pajamas? Because I would like them very much. But anyway, again, I'm very much enjoying the show for everything that it brings, and I'm a little sad that it's going to be over before we know it, basically, right? That's just kind of how these are, where, again, and I've talked about this multiple times on this channel, we're never going to go back to having multiple episodes like how we had back in the 90s, right? It's gone. We get 10. We just get 10, right? And that's terrible. Could we just bump that up? Maybe we get 14 next year. Could we get 14? 14 maybe, man? I don't know. It stinks. It doesn't give the writers enough time and the actors enough time. Doesn't give anyone enough time, to establish these character relationships and things that are so important in Star Trek, right? So I'm really hoping, and so far I'm very happy with how Starfleet Academy is doing this. I think they're doing a fantastic job of using the time that they have to, get us, invested in these characters. I already am very much invested in these characters, and I'm looking forward to and I know this is how it's going to be. Everyone's going to get their little time to shine, right? And I think next week is going to be a Jaden episode. I'm sure there's going to be like a Sam-focused episode. And I like that, because everyone needs a chance to get built up, right? So that their character can get built up in that episode as they, build with other people. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing where this goes. Final things we're going to talk about here. So anyway, the music for this show, I do enjoy very much. And I went ahead and got onto the Amazon Music so I could just listen to the soundtrack. And I'll be 100% honest with you here. When I first heard the Rufus Wainwright Going to San Francisco song, I didn't like it. I was like, what is this? This seems very out of place. Now I'm singing it. Now I'm singing the dang song all the time. So, yeah, I like it a lot now. And it's got that whole Faith of the Heart pull on me, right? But okay, so anyway, if you guys don't want to get spoiled about Starfleet Academy, turn away now. This is the season 1 original series soundtrack by Jeff Russo. 46 songs, about 2 hours long. We are, let me see. We did Humpback Whales, Goja 5. This is all stuff that was in episode 2. Darum's Apology. This was episode 3. Chancellor's Address, Saying Goodbye. So, the next couple of episodes are getting into this. Now, look at some of these titles here. Look at some of these titles here. We've got, get that out of here. We've got A Song of Prophets. Job of an Emissary. Now, I did listen to both of these and to try to see if I could pick up any cues that I recognize. I could not. But maybe they're in there and I just couldn't dig them out. But emissary, prophets. What's going on here, right? Now, we already know, we saw it in an earlier preview, they do mention something about Ben Sisko, right? There's a screen, they show a screen, what happened to Ben Sisko, the fate of Captain Sisko. There's going to be a lot more going on here than, I think, just that. And I'm going to say, probably going to have something to do with Caleb, since we, obviously Caleb is the main character of the show. The show started off with him being separated from his mother, played by Tatiana Maslany, and then, of course, Paul Giamatti's Nus Braca. So all of that is going to come back, and there's going to be something related to the wormhole aliens, man. Dude, are they going to open up the freaking DS9 wormhole on us? Dude, that would be so cool just to see that again, right? That would be cool. But anyway, the ultimate thing, man, it wouldn't happen. It couldn't happen. I doubt it would happen. What if Avery Brooks came back in this show, right? That would be amazing. That would be cool. I don't think it's going to happen, but I think that there will be some, maybe if not conclusion, something more added to the Sisko story in this. But I'm looking forward to see it, and I think by episode 5 probably is when we're going to have that, because halfway into the series, that's when they're going to throw that twist that's going to drive you right to the end, right? Anyway, we're going on almost 30 minutes here. I think we should probably say goodnight. You're probably like, Josh, where have you been with the Star Trek books? This is the Talk About Trek channel. You're supposed to be reading Star Trek books. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading this. I've been reading this now for the whole beginning of the month here. Look, I'm making progress. But I'm going to see this show on Friday. And I told myself I wanted to finish the book before the show. It's Tuesday night, and that leaves only Wednesday, Thursday, and a bit of Friday to get through a good 700 pages. And listen, Victor Hugo is a fantastic writer. Oh, so beautiful. Lovely. But dude will get crazy distracted. He'll go off on the Battle of Waterloo for multiple chapters, and I've just gotten to the point where he's gone off on the convent here. If you guys have read, you know what I'm talking about, for multiple chapters. And it's just like, come on, let me get back, please, to Jean Valjean and see what the heck he's doing, right? Anyway, I'm loving this, and we will be back to the Star Trek books, and we will be hitting them with a vengeance. The furious vengeance. No, not a vengeance, right? But no, with what's a good word to use for when you're hitting books and you're reading them a lot? Let me see. How about you're hitting them with gusto? I'll be hitting these Star Trek books with gusto. That seems fine. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, if you guys have any recommendations when I do jump back in, please let me know. I think I'm going to start with something small from TOS, like one of the earlier Bantam books, something like that, and then just go from there. Just go from there, see what happens. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, boy, this has been fun. See, this is why I make these videos, because I can just sit here and I can talk about what I like for like 30 minutes, and it's great. And I feel, I feel better after having done it. And that's the whole point, isn't it? So anyway, thanks for listening. If you've hung out this long, man, you are incredible. You are my number one fan, and I appreciate you. Live long and prosper. See you guys in the next one. Have a great night.